Ben Lilly, ATC.
Hey,
So nice of you to be here at AXPONA. As one of the top retailers for your brand here in Chicago and in the United States, we're very proud to be carrying your speakers. I can't really speak enough about the speaker other to simply say every time a person listens to it, especially me when my first time listening to it, I was astounded by several things. One, how could this speaker produce this much 3D? Okay, that's number one. And number two, they're heavy.
Yeah.
That last part is a little troublesome.
Yeah, we don't apologise for
that. I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you don't.
Although I appreciate it doesn't make them easy for install.
Exactly. I want to start out with this conversation just as we went to tape. As you know, this brand's history is all about the legacy of Billy Woodman and the many products that he was involved with over those years. Fast forward to now, he's gone. I guess the question is the brain trust that's managing the designs and the product development. How are they seeing his vision as we see it today?
Well, I mean, we're fortunate that myself, I've been there 23 years now. Richard, head of engineering, has been there about 15. So, there's a core of the team that worked alongside Billy for a long time, and the company's now headed up by his son, Will. And he's got a big focus on, maintaining the legacy and just continuing and building on what Billy started. It's just evolution. There's no revolution. Just carry on continuously. Small incremental improvements to what we've done in the past is what we want to do.
And the focus on ATC products, which is unique to a lot of other manufacturers, is everything is bespoke. From the tweeters all the way down to the crossover design. Yep. The style of the cabinets are also taken into consideration. It's one reason why I blow an L1, L2 on your behalf from time to time, just to make people happy. I'm like, do you like your speakers? Just letting you know. But we're flanked here in this room during AXPONA next to these unbelievably beautiful speakers. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Yeah, so this is the EL50 Anniversary. The development started as a product to celebrate our 50th anniversary. And this is a product that builds on what was started. If we go back, I think it's probably go back about 25 years, a product called the SCM70. So that was the first, actually we go back one more stage from that. The first three-way speaker we released was the SCM50. So, and that's been in production since the late 80s. So
it's hardly changed. I mean, it's just such a beast.
Well, yeah, the parts that have changed, it's all sort of hidden away inside. So there has been an evolution of the product, but yeah, I mean, it is remarkably similar, and I think that's testament to how good a design it was back then. And then in the late 90s, early 2000s, we released what was a flagship 50, if you like, to build on the 50 and take it a stage up, which was called the SCM70. So that was the first product which employed a new amplifier using all discrete circuitry, discrete op-amp of our own design. And then following that, let's think, when would it have been? About 2006-07, we had the SCM50 Anniversary. Again, that used a refinement of that amplifier. So the EL50 that you see now is another evolution of that product again, and also takes some inspiration from a product that Billy designed probably about 15 years ago now, the EL150. So that was the first loudspeaker to use this elliptical cabinet construction. So we wanted to produce a curved cabinet. This curved cabinet that tapers away from where the drive units are situated on the front, reduces the diffraction effects of the cabinet, minimizes the cabinet coloration from diffraction, and then by its laminated construction as well, reduces any coloration from resonance within the cabinet structure. And then we've also generated a new evolution of the Anniversary Series amplifier for this product. And we've gone surface mount as well with that as well. So we've got a new surface mount production line in-house, so we're doing our own surface mount production. And slowly moving some products over to it where the product suits. Power amplifiers, for instance, they don't suit surface mount componentry because they can't dissipate the power.
I've always felt that the powered products really should be the way to go for anybody who really wants to experience the ATC sound in terms of its authenticity. Because when we're trying to match it up with amplifiers, my first reaction is, do you have enough of how's your power in your house? How's your power in your grid? Because you really want a nice, stable amplifier. But the amplifiers that are in the powered models when we're listening to them, I'm just like going, well, I'm done. What am I doing? I just need a decent preamp, and I'm home.
Yeah, I mean, active. If you're ready to make a big change, active is really the way to go. I mean, for most people out there, the weak link in their system is going to be the room and the loudspeakers.
Right.
You know, the upstream, the sources, the conversion, preamplifiers. That's all quite matured to a stage where it has far less, I don't want to say no influence, but far less, can potentially has far less influence on the system performance. And then if you take, in the case of the speaker, if you then go to an active loudspeaker, we eliminate the passive crossover, we get a huge improvement in resolution from that. We've got multiple amplifiers, one per drive unit. Mm-hmm. That's where potentially customers are in a position to take the biggest step forwards with their system. Mm. Of course, it's not always convenient because you've got if you're deeply invested in amplifiers, you might own one or two really nice power amplifiers.
That may do the job that it's supposed to.
Exactly. Then suddenly you're in a position where it's just like you've already gone all the way down a path, and then to go is a big change.
Yeah.
But
I hate rabbit holes. Okay.
Exactly. An active system, it's not just for ATC as well. Active systems is a better way to build a loudspeaker. Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Again, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you being with AXPONA, and if we can be of assistance to you again at Music Direct, you know what to do. Just hit us.
Thank you. Thanks for coming by.
Pleasure.